Hi friends, very good evening. Yes ma, welcome back to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English with India's largest learning platform, Unacademy. Let's crack it. Please drop a confirmation message. Is everything is good to go? Hope despite of heavy rain here, yes, heavy downpour. My goodness, no words to describe. Of course, Chennai is almost flooded, fully flooded, including my place. But still, I was happy that I have a connectivity net connection. So I'm just without canceling my classes. I'm happy that I could be regular to my live class. Yes, ma'am. So please drop a confirmation message. Is all clear? Yes. What all you will get under an academy platform? Needless to say, daily live classes, isn't it? Yes, every day sharp 2 p.m. on YouTube platform. What is the best part of it? Of course, it's 8 p.m. This week alone, I'll be doing both the slots. And normally 2 p.m. is my YouTube time and 8 p.m. is my special class time. What is the best part of this? You can chat with your educator, engage in discussion, ask your doubts and answer polls all while the class is going on. Live test and live quiz. Yes, I think you started attending the live quiz. I want more of you to come and join this live quiz. On two perspectives, two huge benefits is there. One is that it is an ultimate revision and practice strategy, URP. Another one is earn while you learn. What is this? Yes, ask you how many questions you are making right. Of course, you get your credit score increase, isn't it? That amount you can, yes, that amount you can use it for your subscription. So don't ever miss this. It has a double opportunity. So don't miss this opportunity to go out of your and structured courses. Yes, all our courses are so structured in line with your exam syllabus in order to help you best prepare for it. It is OSS for your PMI. One-stop solution for your prelim, mains and interview. Unlimited access to unlimited courses. What you have to do? You have to do only one thing, that is one subscription gets you access to all our live and recorded courses to watch from the comfort of any of your devices, for which you have to download an Academy learning app. This is me, your DL ma'am. I'm Dhanalakshmi, senior, top and a very passionate educator. Yes, my dear friends, with respect to my travel with UPSC, of course, it is more than 15 years. I've stepped into civil service preparation 2004. Of course, I'm a Vajram student. And this wonderful experience has brought me enormous changes in my life. Yes, because I've stepped in during the crucial time of my life. And apart from a personality development, personally it groomed me a lot. And apart from that, knowledge enhancement. Nobody can refute the knowledge you get after preparing for civil service examination, isn't it? From blue sky to brown earth, even the ongoing cyclone, you have an idea what does the cyclone, what is this, how does it originate, all these things. So this is an amazing field. No other field can match in front of this. So let us all be proud that we are a part of a UPSC. With respect to my teaching experience, yes, my dear friends, I have more than decade-long rich experience in teaching for UPSC CSE category, which is closer to 12 years completed. Of course, even 13 years is about to end. My credentials specific to civil service. What is it specific to civil service? Why? Because of course, I have my other profile. I'm a group 2 officer. I have cleared my state service. Other than that, I have cleared more than 7 to 8 other competitive exams. Apart from this, my credentials specific to civil service. I have appeared twice in UPSC CSE interview with 6 consecutive mains. 6 times I have cleared prelims in a series just like that, and 6 continuous mains experience. Amazing mains experience I have. And twice all India, of course, twice interview candidate. 2017 interview is very special. Why? Because I have topped the all India ranker in 2017. Despite becoming a topper, I couldn't come in the merit list. That is a different story. One day I will discuss one short session. I'll convene one short session with respect to my travel, my journey with UPSC. Fine. Apart from a unique style of teaching, I am well known for my mentoring. The mentoring is entirely unique. Yes, ma. More than 25,000 aspirants over a period of last 12 years. I have mentored. I haven't stopped just by mentoring. I have hence produced. I have proved the result. Yes. So you can reach your DL ma'am using this code DL10, who has an enormous amount of experience and expertise in this field. And I've also shared my Telegram link and an Academy profile link as well. Next, prepare with the top educators. Indeed, is a blessing, isn't it? All the best brains of India are found under one roof, and needless to say, that roof is Unacademy. To name a few, Mrinal Sir, Roman Saini, Ayush Shangi, Sudarshan Gurjar, the list is endless. Comprehensive syllabus. Yes, my dear friends, here again have more than 16K courses for UPSC CSE category. And the best thing is that you can never ever come with a complaint saying that, ma'am, there is a deficit of courses. No, we provide everything in excess. There is an enormous amount of courses. You utilize this platform to its fullest. Cherry pick your educator, keep following them on a regular basis. One subscription, unlimited benefits. Can anybody refute this? Can anybody deny this? No, because you have an amazing benefits here. What are they? Learn live from the comfort of your home. Unlimited access to all courses. Top educators of India on one platform. Exhaustive coverage of the syllabus. Regular doubt clearing sessions. Live test series. Study material, answer writing session, mentoring and guidance. When you have enormous amount of inputs, I really don't know which is stopping you from taking the subscription. So start thinking and start taking the subscription and use ESMA. So anything short of 24 months will not give you a fruitful result. You will feel that you are in the midway. So it is always recommended to go for 24 months. For the entire 24 months, yes, you are going, the fees is huge. Offer is going 67% offer. By using my code DL10, you get 10% instant discount. At last, you have to pay only 64,800. For this also, we provide a no-cost EMI. And for entire 36 months, here again we have an offer that is a huge offer, 72% offer. And at last you have to pay only 81,100. Of course, 81,000. Don't forget to use my code DL10. Next. Iconic subscription. Here again the fees details with respect to Iconic subscription, 27% offer and 32% offer. And for 23 years. And at last you have to pay 96,300 by using your DL Ma'am code DL10, and for 36 months at last you have to pay 1,26,900 by using your DL Ma'am code DL10. What is this mentoring? Of course, mentoring is a brain to put, an ear to listen and push into the right direction. Mentors are all around us who makes you feel confident. Yes or no, ma? Each and every session, even sometimes when you feel, is this the right decision? I'm unable to cope up with this heavy syllabus. Some subjects must be very interesting to you. Some you might find it little discomfort. So when all these creeps in your minds and you are also amidst of some other personal challenges, then at times you feel that is this the right decision? You feel that you are demotivating, you're losing the confidence. That time you just go and interact with your mentors. They have a huge story saying that, come on, my dear, this is not only unique for you, because all of the students, today's officer, all the successful candidates today would have came across this. They would have passed this difficult thing. Yes, so it is unique to all. It is common to all. It is how you're going to overcome these challenges. That is the beauty. So they are the one who always function as a torch bearer. Get inspired, focus, and they are willing to share their experience. That experience will immensely help you in minimizing your mistakes and maximizing your success. Okay. Thus, mentoring successful people never reach their goals alone. Yes, you know what will be my stand here. Irrespective of the starting point, you can start your journey at any point of India. But please make sure that you're going to stop only at the doorsteps of Labasna without any breakage in the middle. You should not stop at no point of time. Whatever challenges you come across, whatever the difficulties you come across, nothing should stop your goal. Okay, so keep moving forward. Of course, this 2020 is a challenging year. Of course, we are nearing the end of 2020. Let us all welcome 2021 with wholehearted, because that is going to be your target year. Thus, I become a mentor because I wanted to give the thing I didn't realize is how much I would get. So I want my students to see not just as good enough, better. I want all of you the best. Okay, my best wishes for all of you. Fine, ma. So today's end class, this is a topic which I have done during the Diwali holidays time. It was premiered, it was a recorded session. So I have reserved the last three, 18, 53, 58 and 61. Don't worry. Once I complete that, again from 1813, I will do a quick revision. Regulating Act, Fix India Act, this all in detail we have discussed in earlier two sessions. please go and check the previous video in detail, in depth. I have done that. Now today is the last session with respect to this. I'll get it done, and after that we'll try to do the revision from 18 Charter Acts alone. Is this fine, or can I? No, first let me finish the remaining part, then okay, just please go through and then remove the slides. Why? Because for some of you might be new, this all I have already covered in the last 2 sessions. Okay, it's a continuation class. Today's class we have to do 1853. Only small part is left. It's a half-an-hour class, and then I will do the revision. Okay, 1853. Now here, so yes, Ramkumar, very good evening. 1853. What is special about 1853, ma'am? Governor General of India, Executive Council 4, Legislative Council has increased to 12, 4 by 12 from local presidencies, full-time law member. Okay, so Lord Dalhousie, of course, from 1848 to 1856, legislative and executive roles clearly separated. Civil service, yes, it's our field. Open competitive exam, open competition idea finally materialized. Lord Macaulay, of course, its role in appointment. Governor General of India could reject the legislation enacted by Legislative Council. Is this fine? So, Charter Act of 1853 was passed in the British Parliament for what? To renew the East Indian Act of earlier. What was the East Indian Act? 1833. So plus 20, it is 1853, isn't it? But normally see, to 1813 you add plus 20, it is 1833. To 1833, 1850. So will you do that? 1853 plus 20, then it should be 1873. And do we have anything 1873? No. Why? Because 1858 was the last. Because that has led to the way for the takeover of the company rule, complete transfer from the company, East Indian Company rule, to the British Crown, isn't it? Yes or no? So the Charter Act of 1853 was passed in British Parliament to renew the East Indian Company Charter. Unlike the previous Charters Act, starting from 1793, add plus 20, 1813, 1833, 1853, which renewed the charter for 20 years, this act did not mention the time period for which the company charter was being renewed, because they know, yes, this is what is going to happen. Okay, so this act was passed during whose tenure, ma? It was during Lord Dalhousie. Dalhousie was the Governor General of India from 1848 to 1856. Am I right? Did I show it here? See, 1848 to 1856. Is this clear? Next. 1853 Charter Act. The law member was made as a full member of the Governor General Council. The Charter Act of 1853 increased the number of Legislative Council members. The new Legislative Council was 12 in number. So it has increased the members of the Legislative Council. How many it is finally? It is 12. Fine. How it is? Governor General and his associate. To help the Governor General, he has a 4 council members. So 1 plus 4, here itself we have 5. Remaining we need the calculation for 7. Commander in Chief. Okay. So 1, it is 6. 4 representative from providences. What is this? 6 plus 6 plus 4 is 10, and 2. 1 remaining 2 is Chief Justice of Supreme Court Justice and the judge from the Supreme Court to be named by the Governor General. Is this clear? Who are the 12 Legislative Council members? Ma? Of course, Governor General 1, to assist him 4. So 1 plus 4 is 5. Commander in Chief is 6. 4 representatives from providences, 6 plus 4 is 10. Remaining 2 from the judiciary. Of course, one is Chief Justice of Supreme Court and judge from the Supreme Court, who has to be named by the Governor General. Are you getting it? Next. So the last Charter Act passed for East Indian Company. It indicated the rule of company in India could no long last. Come on, yeah. How many times I will give you excuses? You kept on repeating the same mistakes. Okay. So initially I have taken the control, then I have given the power for the tea and trade with China. But despite I have given you so much. See, any punishment if you do, they will not dismiss you immediately. You will be sent a memo, you'll be given a, of course, suspended. If it is being repeated again and again, finally dismissal. Such like this British Parliament has given a lot more chances for the East Indian Company, but every 20 years. But at last, after 1853, they have decided that fine, we need to think about the next renewal. In between, only after this only 1857 revolt has come, which has crystal clearly proved that East Indian Company is not hereafter anymore. It is capable of ruling this place. It's really high time to stop this, take the complete charge, complete control, shifting of power from East Indian Company to the British Crown. Isn't it? Yes. So unlike other charter acts, did not fix any limit for the continuance of the administration of the company in India. It reduced the number of directors of the company from 24 to 18. Out of these 18, 16 were to be appointed by the Crown. Okay. So there was also a reduction, 24. This 24 has been reduced to 18. In this 18, also 6 threes are 18. What is this? 1/3 member has to be appointed by the British Crown. Remaining 12 only will be under the control of directors of the company. Okay, so the company power and the position is getting gradually reduced. Next, also it empowered the court of directors either to constitute a new presidency in lieu of presidency of Madras or Bombay, or appoint a lieutenant governor. It marks the beginning of the parliamentary system in India. It marks the beginning of parliamentary system in India, as a legislative council was clearly separated from executive. So there was a demarcation of separation of legislative from the executive. So it has laid the base, it has laid the foundation for the culmination of parliamentary system in India. Is this clear? Is this clear for everyone? Yes, ma'am. There is an announcement again. At the end of the session, I have already convened live quiz from Modern India. So please do join the live quiz. The questions will be from Modern India only. Okay? Fine. So Charter Act 1853, control of companies, still it is existing. Fine. Administration, yes. Central registration, yes. Provincial legislative, no. Revenue and other points. Fine. So the act renewed the power of the company, East Indian Company, and allow it to retain the possessions over the Indian territories in trust for Her Majesty, her heirs and successors. The number of court of directors was reduced to 18, of whom 6 were to be appointed by the Crown for among the Indian servants. So, court of directors from 24, it has been reduced to 18. This 18 also, that is 1/3. What is the 1/3 of 18? 6, isn't it? The 6 has to be appointed by the Crown, by the Parliament, British Crown. That also among the Indian servants. So, Indians is getting 1/3 representation. Are you getting it? Are you getting this point? Next, the act also empowered the court of directors to create a new presidency and alter the boundaries of presidencies in India. This is a value addition. It empowered the court of directors. Yes, you can create a new presidency. Already so many presidencies are there, provinces, okay? And also the existing presidency boundaries also you have the right to alter. The act created a separate legislative council for India for the very first time. Which act is laid for the foundation of a separate legislative council? Yes, it was the Act 1853. Which was the act which gave a prime importance for the preliminary, for the primary education, like giving an amount, spending an amount closer to 1 lakh per year. 1813. That was your previous year's prelim question. So every year, previous year prelim questions, prelims, they have the habit of asking so many questions from Charter Act, Regulating Act, Fix India Act. This is one of the most important topics. Next, The long member of the Governor Council was given the rank of a full-fledged member in the council. He is a one member, isn't it? Now he is not a part-time, he is a full-fledged member in the council. Then Act, which Act? 1853 Act. 1853 Act empowered the Governor General to reject any laws passed by the Council. So now they have initially, when you check in the regulating act in the beginning of the act, the Governor General power was not so. Even they were not having many powers, but later as time progress in subsequent acts only, the power of Governor General has been raised. Now he is getting an ultimate power to reject any laws passed by the Council. Okay, but no power to pass to legislation which was dissented by the majority of the council. The procedure for the legislative council was modeled more or less on the line of the British Parliament, because it has laid, this is the act which has laid for the parliamentary form of governments, also separation of legislative from the executive. So it was also modeled, the act, the procedure and the rules or everything was modeled. Of course, they will imitate the mother country only. Okay, so it was modeled more or less on the line of the British Parliament. The act authorized the Crown to appoint a law commission in England to examine the work and recommendation of the first law commission. Is this clear? These are all the core points of 1853. This is the act which authorized the Crown, British Crown, my dear, please appoint a law commission in England. So whatever the work being dealt here, it has to be reviewed, to examine the work and also the recommendation of the first law commission. Is this clear, ma'am? Is this clear? The Charter Act of 1853 increased the number. This we have already discussed. New Legislative Council consists of 12. One is a Governor General. Governor General Council is 4. So this alone we have 5. Commander in Chief is +1. 4 representatives from provinces +4. 6 + 4 is 10. Chief Justice of Supreme Court, yes, is 1, 11. And regular judge from the Supreme Court to be named by the Governor General. So +1, altogether we have 12 in number. Is this clear? Governor General presided over all meetings. Is this fine, ma? A regular judge from the Supreme Court to be named by Governor General. Next, provisions of the Charter Act 1853. So the law member, he was the 4th member, become a full member with the right to vote. In the previous act, he doesn't have the right to vote, or he was just they didn't give much importance, whereas in 1853 act, he has become a full-time member with the voting rights. The Legislative Council has 6 members and now it has 12 members. Initially which had 6, now it has increased to 12. That was just now we have discussed. Is this fine? Supreme Court at Calcutta and 4 from representative members drawn from among the company servants with at least 10 years tenure, appointed by the local government of Bengal, Bombay, Madras and Northwest provinces. The Governor General could nominate a Vice President to the Council. So the power of Governor General is increased. This is very important because, as I already mentioned, initially the power of Governor General, he has to work on the suggestion based on council, but later on the 1833 Act and all, his voice has become more and they have started giving more power for the Governor General. His assent was required for all legislative purpose. Very, very important. Whose assent? It is the Governor General's assent is required for all legislative purpose. Is this clear, ma'am? Next. So the Court of Directors, now they have a right either to create a new presidency or to alter an already existing province. This was because of the difficulties that was faced in administering the increasingly large Indian territories of Britain. Since 1833 and 1853, 2 new provinces of Sindh and Punjab were added. Within 20 years, they have created 2 more. What are they? One is Sindh, another one is Punjab. So as normally it is said, for administrative reasons. Is this clear? Is this clear? It could also appoint a lieutenant governor for these provinces. In 1859, lieutenant governor was appointed for Punjab. This also This act also led to the creation of Assam, Burma and central provinces. So which is the act which has led to the formation of creation of Sindh, Punjab, Assam and also creation of Burma? Okay, Assam, Burma and central provinces. It is 1853 Act. Is this clear, ma'am? Is this clear for everyone? Next, further, this act provided for the appointment of separate governor for the Bengal presidency, because the Bengal governor, of course, we have here a Governor General of India. So there is a separate governor for Bengal. It maintained the governor of Bengal should be different from the Governor General who was to head administration of the whole India. See, you can't give additional duty, no? Initially, Governor General of Bengal, of course, he is a governor. He himself is a Governor General. How many work he can function? So they said, Governor General, come on. Of course, he has come from Bengal. Governor General, now your role is to look after the administration of the whole India. Don't worry, we will create a separate Governor General for Bengal. Is this fine? Is this fine? Next. It's very interesting. So the number of board of directors was reduced from 24 to 18. 6 were to be nominated by the British court, British crown. These 6 are among from Indian servants. Am I right? Am I right, ma? This is what we have discussed. Next, Indian Civil Service. It is our service. So I think you will become doubly happy after when you wanted to read this. Macaulay Committee of 1854 gave India her first civil services. Which committee? Macaulay Committee. This act removed the right of the patronage to appointments in civil service held by the Court of Directors. Come on here, see, initially through recommendation. Okay, if you are close to a CSE, please appoint him as a sub-inspector, please appoint him as an AC, please appoint him. You see, through recommendations, those were the initial days, like you need not write, you need not prepare for exam, you need not remember history, you need not remember polity, geography. Just if you are close to the ruling party, just you are close to the persons at the higher level, yes, you will get the job. But that was not the case. This has removed the right of the patronage to appointment in civil service held by the Court of the Directors. Initially, it was decided by the Court of the Directors. Now it has become a open competition exam. Okay. The appointment has to be done only by the open competition based on the merit and was open to all. The report recommends that only the fittest be selected to the Indian Civil Service. Is this fine, ma? Is this fine for everyone? Next, so features of the Charters Act 1853. For the first time, the legislative and the executive functions of the Governor General Councils were separated. So, division or separation of executive from legislative, which has led to the foundation, led to the culmination of parliamentary form of government. Am I right? Also, this act served as the foundation of the modern parliamentary form of the government. The legislative wing of the Governor General Council acted as a parliament on the model of the British Parliament. It extended the company's rule for an indefinite period, unlike the previous Charters Act. Previous Charters Act, you can come to the conclusion if the term is about to expire, I need not worry. It will be renewed for another 20 years. But this is the act which has not given any clue that it is only extended without saying the date announcement, without saying for how many years, because thus it could be taken over the British government at any time. Is this clear? Is this clear? So the company influence was further reduced by this act. So the company is very clueless. What is this here? This British Crown, the Parliament is saying that it could be taken at any time. So they didn't mention about when the next renewal for how many years. Open-endedly, it has made it without unanswered question. The board of directors now had 6 members who were Crown nominated. It gave birth to the Indian Civil Service and was open to all, including Indians. This ended the system of appointments. How earlier the civil service appointment? It was through the recommendation and started a system of open and fair competition. Now we are all on the line of open and fair competition based on merit system. Yes or no, ma? Yes or no? Next, for the first time, local representation was introduced in the Legislative Council in the form of 4 members from the local government of Bengal, Bombay, Madras, and Northwest provinces. During which act there was a creation of Sindh, Punjab, Assam, Burma, and central provinces. Which act, ma? Please fill the answers. And also, for the first time, local representation was introduced in the Legislative Council in the form of 4 members from the local government of Bengal, Bombay, Madras, and Northwest provinces. Is this clear? Government of India Act 1858. You all know the story. Can I zoom this? Dekhna karta? Okay. Yes. What is the reason outcome of outburst of 1857 revolt? Act for the transfer of control. So just remember East Indian Company. Okay. This is a company rule. Okay. Now it is a complete transfer of power. Complete transfer of power. Where? From company to the crown, British crown. That is from sea to sea. From company to crown. Reason. What is the reason? Act for the transfer of control of the government of India from East Indian Company to the crown, referring to the grave defects in wake of Sepoy mutiny. What is the reason? Sorry. What is the reason? What is the Sepoy mutiny? It is nothing but 1857 revolt. Act for the good government of India. Aim. What is the aim? Improvement of administrative machineries. There was a changes. Yes, they said, come on East Indian Company, enough of ruling. What the hell you have given from 1813, 79, from the Regulating Act, Pitt's India Act, 1793 Act, 1813, 1833, 1853. How many time, how many excuses? It's been really a long time. Every time you do mirror the mistakes, lot of corruptions, okay, maladministration. I think that all your maladministration, poor administration has led to the outbreak of the revolt. Okay, so it's really high time. So now the British crown, the parliament is trying to take the improvement of administrative machinery. Result, didn't alter India's governance system in any substantial manner, ended the double government, court of directors and board of control abolished. Very, very important. Which has ended the dual government? Which has ended the dual government? Dual government, it has both the role of British crown as well as in the East Indian Company under 2 different categories, court of directors and board of control. This is the one. Here it has abolished. Now the complete transfer, complete control, nothing is left in the hands of East Indian Company. Everything has moved to the British crown. So responsible for the British Parliament, who? Secretary of the State of India. Power of the crown exercised by. So now you know this is the crown, the beautiful crown, British crown at the top. Who? This power of the crown has to be exercised through. He is making an appointment. Who is making a PA personal? Who is that PA? That is the Secretary of the State. He is responsible for British Parliament and he will be assisted by Council of India. It consists of how much? 15 members. It composed of people from England, some nominees of the crown and some representatives of the directors of East Indian Company, and governed through Secretary of the State of India. He governs through Governor General assisted by Executive Council. So the Governor General will be assisted by Executive Council. It consists of 5 officials of the government. Is this clear, ma? Is this clear? So this is a hierarchy. British crown, of course, the power of the crown exercised by Secretary of the State. He will be assisted by Council of Members. It consists of 15 members. Those members composed of people from England. Some will be nominated, some will be representatives of the directors of East Indian Company. This is one way. Other way, how the Secretary of the State, he execute the powers. Of course, governed through Governor General. Governor General is assisted by the Executive Council, which consists of 5 officials of government. Okay. So look at your Government of India Act 1858. The act abolished the dual government in India. Okay. They changed the designation of Governor General of India to Viceroy. Abolished the dual government, Board of Control and Court of Directors. Secretary of the State designation came political head of India. Charles Wood was the first Secretary of the State of India. Who is the first Secretary of the State? Say SOS. It is a Charles Wood. Lord Canning was the first Viceroy of India, direct representative of the British Crown. Who is the first? Last? Of course, Lord Canning, he is the last Governor General as well as last GG as well as first Viceroy. Am I right? And who is the first Secretary of the State? It is Charles Wood. Next, Act 1858. Company territories in India placed under the direct control of the Crown. Yes or no? Hereafter, no more East Indian Company. It is only British Crown. Governor General of India received the title Viceroy. Prior to that, they will be called as a Governor General, isn't it? Starting from Warren Hastings till Lord Canning, and he was the last Governor General and the first Viceroy. Next, all the powers of the Court of Directors placed under the Queen's Principal Secretary of the State. Who is the first SOS? Charles Wood. Am I right? A special secretary of the state appointed for Indian affairs. A council of 15 members was constituted to assist the secretary of the state of India. Is this clear, ma'am? Hope we all already have discussed this. So the act, it is an outcome of what? It is an reaction and response to 1857 revolt, isn't it? The act known as Act of Good Government in India. The act abolished the rule of East Indian Company. Which is the act? It is also known as Act of Good Government in India. It is Government of India Act 1858. It changed the designation of GG of India to Viceroy. Lord Canning, direct representative. Abolished the system of dual government. Which is the dual government? Board of Control, Court of Directors. Both are abolished. Both are taken away. It established a new office. What is the new office? Secretary of the State. He is the political head, vested with the complete authority over the Indian administration. Simultaneously, he was also a member of a British cabinet and ultimately responsible to the British Parliament. Is or no, ma? SOS. Okay. Member of British cabinet. If he is a member of British cabinet, ultimately he will be responsible to British Parliament. Am I right? So the British Crown is executed through Secretary of the State. Who is the first Secretary of the State? Charles Wood. Member as well as responsible. Very, very important. Changes in home government. So what are all the changes has happened after 1858 Act? That is immediately after 1857 revolt. The Act abolished the both. This we have discussed. Special Secretary, yes, we have seen for Indian affairs, and all powers transferred to him. 15 members council which is created in England to assist whom? SOS, because SOS is a England British Parliament person, because he is a member of the British cabinet. So this council, his supporters also has to be created in England. 8 out of the 15. So this is the hierarchy, ma. SOS to assist him 15 members. Out of this 15, 8. Who is this 8? Remaining 7, right? Out of this 15, out of 8 of 15 members of this councils of India were appointed by the Crown, and the rest of 7 were to be elected by the Court of Directors. 7 will be elected by the Court of Directors, and 8 out of 15 members of this Council of India were appointed by the Crown. British Crown will appoint 8% and remaining 7 will be elected by the Court of Directors. Government of India, this has come in the wake of 1857. This we have discussed. Changed the designation GG to Viceroy. Lord Canning was the last Governor General and the first Viceroy. Ended the system of double government, dual government. New office, a very interesting office, SOS. He is a member of the British Cabinet. So he is also responsible to the British Parliament. He has to be assisted by the Council of 15 members. Those 15 members has to be selected in the British Crown, of course, in England. And among those 15, 7 will be represented by, of course, 7 will be elected by the Court of Directors and 8 will be appointed by the British Crown. Is this fine? That's it. Please go through the same. End of company. So we can say fall of East Indian Company and rise of British Crown. Am I right? Which one? 1858. Next. So Charles Wood, last president, board of control, first secretary, change the designation, Lord Canning established. Just now we have discussed. Last act is Indian Council Act 1861. Indian Council Act 1861. Here, the Viceroy should nominate some Indians as non-official members of his extended council. In 1862, Lord Canning nominated the 3 Indians to his legislative council, Raja of Benares, Maharaja of Patiala and Sir Dinkar Rao. The Raja of Benares, Maharaja of Patiala and Sir Dinkar Rao were the 3 Indians to be nominated for the legislative council. It initiated the process of decentralization, bottom-up approach, grassroots level. So even at the local level, they get the powers by restoring the legislative powers to Bombay and Madras presidencies. Provided for the establishment of new legislative councils for Bengal, Punjab, Northwest Frontier Province in 1862, 66 and 1897 Act. It introduced the portfolio system by Lord Canning. Which act has introduced the portfolio system? That is 1861. Of course, who was this? 1858. He was the last Governor General as well as he was the first Viceroy. So it is like Lord Canning. The local legislature. This is Act 1861. The local legislature had no power to control or affect by their acts the jurisdiction or procedure of the High Courts. Indian Civil Service Act, Indian High Courts Act 1861, Indian High Courts Act reorganized the judicial organization in India by uniting the Company's courts and the King's Court. 3 presidency High Courts of Calcutta, Bombay and Madras were established in the place of the old Supreme Court and Sadar Court. So we got a 3 High Courts, especially BCM. So can remember like this: BCM, Bombay, Calcutta and Madras. These are the 3 places where we have 3 presidency High Courts of Bombay, Calcutta and Madras were established in the place of our old Supreme Court. Thus, Indian Council Act. According to this act, Governor General could assign a special task to any member of the Executive Council. Important matters were to be discussed with the Governor General. Some important subjects were kept directly under the Viceroy, that is under a foreign department. Membership of the council has to be raised to 6 to 12. Half of them was to be a non-official, nominated for 2 years. Out of 12, half is not nominated members, other half is elected members. So these nominated members, there are a non-official who are nominated only for the 2 years time. The council has a limited legislative powers. In Madras and Bombay council, approval of Governor General and Governor was needed. Is this fine? Yes, ma. Let me check. Okay. So, Indian Councils Act 1861 introduced the grain of popular element in so far as it provided the Governor General Executive Council which was so long composed exclusively of officials, should include certain non-officials as well while transacting the legislative business as a legislative council. But this legislative council was neither representative nor deliberative in any sense. It could not in any manner criticize the acts of the administration or the conduct of the authorities. Okay. So, what are the important provisions as per Indian Councils Act 1861? For the executive functions of the council, a fifth member was added. Initially, Governor General, of course, the council, it will be only 1 plus 4. Here, one more additional member. Now, there are 5 members for the home, military, law, revenue, and finance. A sixth member for public work was added in 1874. Lord Canning, who was the Governor General and Viceroy at the time, introduced the portfolio system. So the portfolio system, which was introduced by Lord Canning, as of course during the 1861. In this system, what is this? Each member was assigned a portfolio of a particular department. Yes, this is the department. This is your jurisdiction. You have to work on it. You have to work for this, isn't it? It's amazing. For legislative purposes, the Governor General Council was enlarged. How? Now they were to be between 6 and 12 additional members nominated by the Governor. So the Governor General Council was enlarged. Now there were to be between 6 to 12. Okay, 6 and 12 additional members. They were appointed for how much, ma? Only for 2 years. Non-officials, out of 12, 6 should be a non-official. They has to be appointed for a period of 2 years. Out of these, at least half of the additional members were to be a non-officials. Non-officials, they could be either a British or an Indian, because they will not be through the election process. They will be through a nomination process. Is this clear? Their functions were confined to the legislative measures. Lord Canning nominated the 3 Indians in 1862. Very, very important. Raja of Benares. Another one, Maharaja of Patiala. Third, Sir Dinkar Rao. Sir Dinkar Rao. 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 personalities, isn't it? Any bill related to the public revenue or to the debt or the military, or it might be anything with respect to religion or foreign affairs, could not be passed without the Governor General assent. Okay, the Governor General has to approve the bill. If not, the bill will be rejected. He has a right to reject the bill. Whatever it is with respect to the public revenue, debt, military, religion, or foreign affairs could not be passed. It's very, very mandatory to get the Governor General assent. Like similarly, like President assents today, the bill has to get the President assent. Okay. The Viceroy had the power to overrule the council if necessary. Governor General also had the power to promulgate ordinances without the council's concurrences during emergencies. Yes, he has the right, because ordinances is a temporary. Okay. So same like President Ma. So he has the right to promulgate the ordinances. The Secretary of the State for India in Britain could also dissolve any act passed by the Governor General's Council. Is this clear? Is this clear? You know what is the Secretary? The British Crown is exercised through the Secretary of the State. Of course, he is a member of the British Cabinet. So if he is a member of a British Cabinet, of course, default he is responsible to the British Parliament. Okay, he will be assisted by the 15 members. Those 15 members will be selected only from the England, because it is a cabinet members. Okay, and now, yes, this is all. Next, so this act restored the legislative powers of Governor in Council of the Presidencies of already Bombay and Madras, which was taken away by the 1833. So the power of the Governor in Council of the Presidencies of Bombay and Madras was given again, restored. The legislative powers which was taken away from the Governor of Bombay and Madras, then it was taken away, which was taken away as per 1833, was given it back again in 1861, through the 1853, through the 1861 Act. Is this fine, ma? The Legislative Council of Calcutta had extensive powers to pass the laws for the whole of British India. Is this clear? There was a provision made for the formation of legislative council in other provinces. New provinces could also be created for legislative purposes and lieutenant governors be appointed for them. Legislative councils were formed in other provinces in Bengal in 1862, Northwest Frontier Province in 1886 and Punjab and Burma in 1897. Is this clear for everyone? Is this fine, mark? So there was a provision made for the formation of legislative council in other provinces and Northwest Frontier Province 1886, Punjab and Burma. Assessment of the Indian Council Act. This is it. That's it. Only two more. After that, we'll go for the quick revision. Then we'll begin with the live quiz. Okay? Quiz from modern India. Assessment of the Indian Council Act 1861. Of course, it has a limited role. It was chiefly advisory in nature. No discussion on finance was permitted. So, finance department has made it exclusively a separate where the discussion was not allowed. Even though Indians were nominated, they were not come through the selection process. They were entered only through the nominated process. That also only for 2 years. Isn't it? There were no statutory provision for the inclusion of Indians in it. It allowed for the decentralization of the administration, which is like grassroots level, bottom-up approach, with the vesting of what? Legislative power to the presidency of Bombay and Madras. Because this legislative powers of the presidencies of Bombay and Madras, which was taken away during the 1833 Act, now it has been given back to it through 1861 Act. Very, very important point. Okay. The power of ordinance give to the Governor General gave him an absolute powers. Next, that's it. The enforcement of the Legislative Council Act of 1861 was the first step taken for the constitutional reforms in India. It provided, in spite of its limited scope, an opportunity to the Indian people to safeguard their political interest. So, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, SAC, SK, okay, like SRK, it is SAK. SAK was nominated as a member of the Legislative Council. Is this fine, ma? Yes, in just in 15 minutes I have completed. Can we go for the quick recap? I'll say 1831, the core points, 1813, 1833, 1853, Charter Act alone, the core points, important points. Today's class I have discussed from 1853, but I have already completed all these in part 1 and part 2. Okay? 1833, only the core point, I will not repeat everything because already we have discussed. Please let me know. See, importance of 1813 Act. What is this Charter Act? Prior to this 1793 Act, it is 1813 Act is rightly regarded as it gave importance for foundation stone for English education system in India. Which was earlier it was denied. How much sum is given? Amount of rupees, a sum of not less than 1 lakh of rupees every year. Just remember, in 1813 itself, every year they are going to allocate 1 lakh rupees for education. Don't you think it's a huge lump sum amount? Yes or no? A sum of not less than 1 lakh of rupees in each year shall be. It is not one time. Every year they has to give. Every year, each year shall be set apart and applied to the revision and improvement of literature and encouragement of learned natives of India. This was your previous year prelim question. Which act has given emphasis for the education? Of course, importance of Charter Act of 1813. What are they? It is this act. It compelled to spend. The British compelled to spend how much rupees? 1 lakh rupees annually for the development of learned natives of India. First time deeply thought about improvement of Indian education. Before this act, no provision was granted for the education. Third, through this act, a nation has arisen for the development of Indian education. Indian people for the first time thought about the importance of education. So where did the education has came to the limelight? Where there was an importance for the education? It was all in the 1813 Act. It was your previous year's prelim question, UPSC prelim question. Charter Act also paved the way for Anglicist classicist controversy through which English language has spread all over India. So the prominence for importance for the English education, knowledge of science and technology, is or no? Knowledge of science and technology, education was developed through the act. If it motivated the learned and the qualified section of the Indian people to work for the Indian education. Before the introduction of the act, the Indian education system was traditional and was imparted through traditional institution. Initially, before the system, what kind of education we had now? We had a Gurukul type of education, traditional school type, isn't it? Whereas this is the one where we have today's education. It all got the for today's education, which has laid the foundation stone. Of course, for the foundation stone, I think we all have to be grateful for the 1813 Act. Hope you understand what I'm trying to register. Okay. Next is, so the company expressly asserted the crown sovereignty. 1 lakh rupees financial provision was also made to increase the literature, Indian literature, science and development, science and technology. So this is an all about. Apart from this, European missionaries, Christian missionaries are permitted openly to come to India. So this is all about 1813 Act. Achievement of 1813. Before this, the literacy level was only 7%, where it was doubled to 14% in 1947. It was all because of 1813 Act. With the total education expenditure somewhere like 570 million, so many schools, universities, college, primary school, free education for poor children, scholarship motivated many children for higher education, children could get chance to study in abroad. All these, anything and everything with respect to education, which has got the base in 1813 Act. Okay, is this fine, ma? Of course, it was Parliament on 21st July, repealed by the Government of India Act 1915. So background all we don't need. Already we have discussed. Please go and check the previous year's question. 1833 alone I will say. 1853 we have completed in today's class. What is the 18 core point of 1833 ma? In 1813 it was an education, and 1833 of course the company political and administrative authority. Company lost its monopoly over all trade activities and had only some administrative responsibilities. It invested the board of control with the full power and authority over the company. Governor General of Bengal or East Indian Company here onwards called Governor General of India. Okay, so the Governor General of Bengal now is getting an additional role. What is this additional duty? Hereafter, you will not be only a Governor General of Bengal, you will be the Governor General of India. A centralized government. Where did we have a decentralized? Where it was, of course, the last act, 1861, isn't it? So the centralized government established under the leadership of Governor General with the full power and authority in all civil as well as in military matters. So this is an actual, in a nutshell, 1833 Act, Governor General of Bengal. Hereafter he will be called as a GGI, Governor General of India. Fourth member, codification of the law. First law commission established. This act is also called as St. Helena Act. Which act is also called as St. Helena Act? It is 1833 Act. Centralization, Bombay and Madras presidencies, civil service idea of open competition has started in 1833, where it has came to finalization, of course, in 1853 Act. Am I right? Am I right, ma'am? So, important features. East Indian Company ceased to be a commercial agency. It functions hereafter only a political agent. So East Indian Company earlier it has all powers. In 1813 later on its powers has been taken, only trade with China in tea is allowed. After that in 1833 complete commercial, all trading rights has been taken. Hereafter it will be functioning only as a political agent. The Governor General of Fort William was hereafter called the Governor General of India. Thus, William Bentinck was the first Governor General of India. And law member was appointed. Who was the first law member? Macaulay was the first law member. Act categorically states that no native of India nor any natural born subject of His Majesty should be disabled from holding any place, office or employment by reason of religion, place of birth, descent or color. It was this enactment which has laid the foundation of Indianization of public service, which has given the idea, which has laid the foundation for Indianization of public service. I think you will have an idea like you're reading a polity, isn't it? There should not be any discrimination in with respect to the place of birth, descent, color, religion in such a way. Important provisions of the Charter Act of 1833. Is this fine, ma? So that's all. 1853 in today's class we have discussed. I think it's really high time for it to begin the quiz. Can I begin the quiz? Yes, how many of you are interested? Of course, everyone please join the quiz. I'm going to start the quiz. The procedure for the quiz, ma. Okay. What is the procedures for the quiz? Simple. You all have downloaded the Unacademy learning app. From the Unacademy, let me share the quiz code. Already I've given the quiz code. Quiz code is 897144. Is this fine? 89. What you have to do? You have to log in from Unacademy learning app, students learning app. Friends, please listen. Please listen. Let me put it in group. Join quiz. Okay, Unacademy learning app. Open that app. You go to the main page. Main page you have home, syllabus, test. Click test. Then it will take you to live quiz. In this live quiz, two columns will be open. One is host quiz. Another one is join quiz. Click to join quiz. It will ask you to enter the code. Enter the code 897144. What is the code, ma? 897144. Is this fine? Yes, ma. Please let me know so that I can commence the quiz. Join quiz, ma. Okay. Yes. Then join the quiz. Chorus joined. Good. Good. So can I begin this quiz? Can I begin the quiz? Can I start it? Please join the quiz. Okay. I have started it. Hi friends, I'm back. Of course, I know it's a long session. We had a very good questions. It's really good to see a consistent performance of Aslam, Srihari, whatever subject I put, how many questions, how difficult the questions are. You are able to outperform very well, and Deepika is also doing good, really good, very good. So first, second, and third place. I want, apart from these regular students, I want all of you to take come and attend the live sessions. It's an amazing opportunity. Please first realize the importance of uh, taking the test as a live learners, live test, and now you get as many, you get exposed to as many questions as possible, isn't it? So please make sure that very good questions, ma'am. Yes, Aslam. I was also going through the questions. It was really very good, and both of you are really rocking. And Deepika is also doing very well, very good. I want everyone, many new students, many new aspirants to come and get benefited, new learners to get benefited out of this amazing, wonderful session. Of course, it is a live quiz. Of course, I was literally waiting for you guys to finish the test. I'm sitting in front of the laptop. So we are here. The company is ready to extend the support in all the possible terms. And very good announcement. Tomorrow is a quiz day, exclusively afternoon. Geography NCRT summary. So we are going to have a mixed questions from all the parts from the NCRT specific tomorrow. Time is 1 p.m. Normally I used to do the class at 2 p.m. Tomorrow alone afternoon session is 1 p.m. 1 to 3 p.m. Okay, 2 hours we'll have a quiz, and we have a quiz exclusively of NCRT summary. Don't miss this amazing live quiz tomorrow and tomorrow evening. That's it. Okay. This is fine. Hope you had a great session. Until then, it's bye from your dear ma'am. Good luck. Good day. Bye-bye. Stay connected. Thank you one and all. Don't forget to use your DL ma'am code DL10. It's really high time to use this code and take the subscription to get to enjoy my classes on the upcoming, of course, 2021 year as well. Okay. Thank you one and all.